So I got stitched up at an auction. Let me explain. Okay, so it sounds a bit dramatic, a bit over the top if you will, but I'll explain in a little more detail. So recently I successfully bid in an auction and the lot was for a Fabulous 15 coin collection. So for those that are unaware, the Fab 15 or F15 series was a number of silver bullion coins that were issued, and they have a little privy mark on them which states that they're part of that collection. Interestingly, not all of the coins in the set have that privy mark, so I think there may have been some mints that didn't want to participate to that level, but their coins were included in the collection regardless. Okay, on to the stitch up, or the misfortune on my part, and it started from here. There's a big chip in the case here, so we weren't off to a great start. A little unfortunate, and that wasn't part of the listing or photographed in the image, the display image of the coin set. Moving on, the standout disappointment is the Royal Mint Britannia coin. I'll get some extra footage where you can see it a little clearer, but it's milk spotty and it looks like there may even be a fingerprint in the field there, which is a little disappointing. Very disappointing. There are a couple of other coins with... So toning is an interesting one. There is toning that is considered somewhat desirable and can actually enhance the eye appeal of a coin. Then there are other examples where it's a little unsightly, and we have here a few other examples where it's a little milk spotty and there is some less than ideal toning. So why am I going on and on about this? The reality is, it's disappointing when you receive something that is not as you would expect it to be. For me, as a coin dealer, a set like that is problematic because in an ideal world, I would be able to present the entire set as an intact, pristine product and be able to on-sell it and have it go on to another collector. The reality is, I can easily break that set up and take out the coins that I like and do something else with the ones that don't meet my particular standards for a coin that I would comfortably put the Thompson's Coins brand to and on sale to a collector. Now it sounds a little doom and gloom. It sounds like I'm just whinging here. And I think there is a middle ground to be had. Let me explain the other side of the story. Let's say I'm an auction house and I'm cataloguing anywhere from 500 to 3,000 lots in preparation for an auction. A lot of these auction houses they will host an auction quarterly, or maybe even a couple in a year. So there is a finite amount of time that you have to photograph and catalogue a tremendous volume of material. Understandably, a set like this, they're not going to go through and photograph both sides, close-ups of every single coin as part of the set. It would not be viable in a business sense for the auction house to go through to that extent, which is why they offer things like pre-sale viewings. A lot of people fly interstate, some even internationally, to attend a pre-sale viewing to ensure that what they're bidding on is exactly as they had hoped it would be and it's up to their standards. Because ultimately, with your collection, it needs to be up to your standards. So regardless of what anyone else thinks of it, it needs to be acceptable to you and make you happy, right? So I was a little foolish in the sense that I could have attended the pre-sale viewing. I chose not to, and as a result, some of the items that I received that I had bid on were not up to my standards. The reality of that is, ultimately it's my fault. I should have taken the time to go to the viewing, and it's really up to you to be responsible for what it is that you're bidding on. And in this instance, it didn't work out so well, but that is the nature of the game. I just wanted to highlight this because sometimes people get really upset and they'll blame the auction house. I'm not necessarily defending them. I think there is a bit of a middle ground. There is a level of service that is expected when you're bidding on something or when you're purchasing something, but then there is also the reality that auction houses are a business. they have limited resources and do the best they can with the limited amount of time they have to move as much material as possible. They're not a retail business in the sense that each item is perfectly packaged. They're receiving these items from other collectors or other businesses, and they sell it as it comes to them. So I guess ultimately what I'm saying is proceed with caution and understand that unless you're attending pre-sale viewings, things may not be as you had hoped. So the moral of the story is, if there's anything on Thompson's coins that you're potentially interested in buying, but you would like some more images, or you'd like photos from a different angle or different lighting, I'm always happy to do that wherever possible. So just send me an email at matt@thompsonscoins.com. And auctions are a lot of fun. I don't want this to totally turn you off them, but I just wanted to highlight that this is a reality of bidding in auctions, particularly if you don't attend pre-sale viewings, wherever possible, particularly if you're dealing with higher value items. This item wasn't a particularly catastrophic loss for me to have some less than ideal items in, but if you're bidding on high value items, I do encourage you to go have a look and always be comfortable with whatever it is that you're bidding on, or for that matter, whatever it is that you're buying. So yeah, if you've ever bid on something in an auction and it wasn't as you had hoped, drop a comment, and yeah, I'd love to hear about it. Hopefully it wasn't too stressful for you. That's it for today's video. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like the video, it helps out a lot, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.